Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard another Charlie 31 departure, an unusual one at that with a Tuesday night departure. But hey, have a little time and we're able to do it. So we are going to take the PMDG 737-800 from Nadi in Fiji up to Funafuti in Tuvalu. Totally butchered all of that. So don't even freaking worry about it. We're going to hop into the aircraft. We're going to get her set up and we are going to do some flying tonight. So here we go. We're in the aircraft. We already have the external power on. So let's go on to the overhead. Let's go through here, make sure everything's okay. We are good there, and there. We're okay there. We don't need to worry about that. We are on ground power. We can continue through here and we can finish up over here. We're doing pretty good there. So on to the upper overhead, we're going to get our INSs aligning now that we are on ground power. Once that comes off DC, there we go. And now we got this one going as well. Once it comes off DC, we just confirm that you are set over here. There we go. And looking ahead at the aircraft, everything appears okay here. Already did a little bit of a, when I hop in the old flight deck, we've already done our pre-start checks, or making sure everything's in the down and locked and flaps are set and all the other fun stuff. So all right, that's awesome. Here we go. There we go. All right, so and there we go. Parking brake is on, power is on the aircraft. We're doing okay. We're going to go ahead and also get our VATSIM connection started. We are real time here in Fiji, and we are enjoying some nice weather out here. So we are in the South Pacific. We're just going to hang out in the South Pacific, pretty much fly due north to get to Funafuti. There we go. Connect, and we are Fiji 31, FJI 31738. We can go ahead and connect now. I don't believe I saw anybody on VATSIM down here, so we shouldn't see anything for a little bit. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. If this is your first time on a Charlie 31 departure, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you being here. And that reminds me of doing one other thing. So let me get that set up. There we go. We can do that, and we drop this out. There we go. And one more. Now I can hear you guys say something. There we go. One more thing over here on that one. On this one. Let's go ahead and go like this. There we go. Poll has started encouraging you to hit that thumbs up button. Thanks for being here. But with that, we're going to go ahead and get the aircraft set up. We should be able to be pushed and out of here within quick order. So we're going to go ahead and request boarding. We've already got all of that going for us. All right, so over here, we want to bring up Navigraph. And we will unload that flight. And we will import flight from SimBrief. Nope, thank you. Absolutely. There we go. We do have our flight plan in Navigraph. So we're going to depart on runway 27 on the Alpha departure, November transition. We're going to land at runway 3 in Funafuti. No arrivals, so let's grab the, let's see, all right, RNAV runway 3 from Summit. Let's see where that puts us. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So we are all set there, and we can go ahead and get rid of Navigraph since that's now loaded in there. We've got everything going here, and yeah, there we go. Our operational flight plan shows us cruising at 380. I'm not expecting much getting out of here. It's going to be pretty much straight South Pacific water flying for us. So cost index of 7, and yeah, FinRes plus alternate. They're wanting us to have a block fuel of 21,927. Just simply because we're spending a lot of time over water and there's a lot of space between landing airports. So you'll probably see up here our alternate is, let's go down here. And alternate route 2, and it shows you NFFN. So Latol, and that is about an hour and 35 minutes. So just about as much time to fly back to here. So that's why our fuel's all the way up there. Let's go back over and get the aircraft programmed up. So we're going to go to the FMC. We are on the correct AirAC. We are in the 737NG. We can go ahead and clear that. Go to our position initialization. We are NFFN. Drop that there. We are the 12th, so right. There we go. Onto our route page. NFFN in there. We're going to request our route from SimBrief, set our payload, set our fuel, select our route, and that has been requested. While that's coming through, we're going to go ahead and just look around. Everything's looking okay here. Might take a minute. This has to go up to space and back, so there we go. So we're going to load that route in there. NGFU, Fiji 31, we're good. We are going to depart on, right, we're going to grab our Navigraph again. There we go. We're runway 27 on the Alpha to November. Don't need to worry about anything there. We are going to arrive on runway 03, and that'll be the RNAV, runway 03. Taco King, I am well. How are you this evening? I appreciate you stopping by. It is Taco Tuesday. Look at that, huh? How much do you hear that? Sorry, that was my bad, huh? So we're going to go to our route. We're going to go ahead and activate that and execute it. We are good there. Onto our perf init. We can get rid of that again. And we can actually go here and get our performance stuff set up. We are runway 27. Import, 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 import. And 29.8. We're going to go ahead and calculate that. We can do a takeoff too at 43. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, there we go. So our zero fuel weight is 117. Well, good. But my apologies. That was not good. That was just not right. That shouldn't have done that. But thanks. Welcome aboard. I appreciate you being here. So we go back over here, we go back to our EFB, and you will see that our zero fuel weight, 117, 185, suits up with that. Reserves for today are 11. Night's not horrible. I appreciate you asking. How about you? You doing okay? We're 11.4. For our reserves, cost index of 7. 380. Cruise wind is 286 at 30. And we've got good temperatures there. So, all right, we are going to go take off 1. I appreciate you, man. So, and then our select temperature will be 4.3, nice and warm down here in the South Pacific. And with that, we go here, flaps 5. CG is going to pop in at 5.04, 5.03. We're okay there, so we can just go 5.04 on this one. Sounds like we got everybody on board. So there we go, 5.04. And V1 is 37, 38, 44. 37, 38, 44. All right, so 144 goes right here. We're going to go straight up to flight level 380. You doing any flying tonight, Taco? 380 is set there, and there. Let's see, our runway heading is 271. No worries, pal. I appreciate you stopping by. Tyler, what's going on? How you doing today? 271, 271. We're good there, and there. LNAV, VNAV, we what's going on? Why won't VNAV set for us? All right, let's go take a look, see what happened. I'll bet I know exactly what happened. So perf in it, we forgot to execute that. There we go, transition, and we are set. And N1 limits are good. Takeoff is good, nothing changed there, but I'll bet you what? I'll bet you I can now turn VNAV on. There we go, we are good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and get the chocks removed. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and have GSX get everything set up. Oh, you're good, pal. I appreciate it. Before we do that, we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to get the APU fired away. All right, APU is coming on. We can go ahead and do this. Reset our fuel. There we go. Let's go set our flight altitude, 380. What'd you get up to today? Is this the end of the semester for you, Tyler? Is it this week? 380 is set, and I think we're at 50 feet when we get down there. So we're just waiting for the APU to get fired through. Then we're going to go ahead and disconnect the ground power and get everything away from the aircraft, and we'll be ready to roll. There we go. And there we go. So we got that. Air coming on there. All right, coming down through here. Fuel is on. We actually have a lot of fuel in the center tanks today, so we're good to go there. On to APU power. Down through here, we're doing okay. Let the flight attendants know we're preparing for departure. Those can come on. We on an aircraft power. And there we have it. All right, nose right, tail left. And we just need to get rid of the chocks. Brakes coming off. All right, number 2 coming on. See that grinding up? Nice. You guys have plans for the summer? Nice. Same with my friend Tyler right there. He's got his first semester as well. All right. Let's get number 1 fired away. Copy. Will do, Tyler. Give me a few minutes. I'm getting all set up here. Man, they're taking me all over the place. Well, that's what it's for, right? All right, looks like I've got a good fire at number 1 as well. So, there we go. You guys get to go there. And we can go with that, that, that. Onto the overheads. We're going to get you are set. We can bring you to Gen 1. We're going to go all the way up here just to get that yaw damper set and cross feed our fuel. Make sure that works. And it does shut off when we want. We are good to go. We can go ahead and get the APU shut down. Let that cool down. Haha. Just sit back, relax, go have a good summer. Enjoy. So here we go. All right. I have no idea where these guys are taking me. They might as well just run me out to the runway. I'm gonna do that though. There we go. Brake set. We are good to go there. And yeah. Runway 27. Let's see about bringing up that chart. Just looking at the airport chart. Departure. Thank you. All right, runway 27. We're going to turn around and go this way and then back taxi on runway 27 and off we go. So. Thank you. Oh, for crying out loud, so many things in the way. There we go. Light is on. And our beacon should be on. Yep. That's a good plan. Go enjoy your time off and do the spring stuff. We're going to go ahead and get GSX shut down, and there we go. So looking at our chart, we're just going to do a quick U-turn straight down, and then we'll catch runway 27. Here we go. Get our taxi light on. There we go. Nice little airport out here in Fiji. Taco, what are you going to school for? And we'll do 22.8. And Nadi traffic, Fiji 31, back taxiing runway 27, Fiji, Nadi. Not a huge airport, so pretty easy to get around. And we are entering the runway, so here comes all the lights we can get going. Centerline lights do not appear to match up with the taxiway centerline. This is a freeware Nadi airport, so we're okay. I appreciate all the scenery people that make stuff and make things a little better, just a little bit, so you don't necessarily always feel like you're flying in and out of prison camps. Oh, nice. Are you moved out? So moving out of the dorm? Perfect. And I'll tell you what, Tyler, I've actually used a couple of your exercises that you had posted up there, your breathing exercises, your little yoga things. I used a couple of those over the last few days. Been kind of a tough week, so nice. And there we go. All right, folks. Getting spun back around. We got the throttle set and armed for toga. And we are pointed in the right direction. We're going to go ahead and power up a little bit. About 40%. And with that, everything's stable at 40. Toga. Nadi traffic, Fiji 31, departing runway 27, Nadi. There we go.
Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear coming up. Heck of a crosswind from the left there. Let it windmill for a moment. Interesting. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get the autopilot engaged. Let's go take a look. Airplane's looking pretty good, climbing out over Fiji. Beautiful island nation down here in the South Pacific. Autopilot. I accidentally hit a button. Sorry, guys. There we go.
Bank angle.
What happens when you adjust the flaps in your turn? Could increase your turn rate or your bank angle. We're doing okay. Let's go to our legs page. Yeah. It's a tough part about being out here. Denver's expensive. But guess what, dude? I am so excited. Congratulations for finishing your first semester at college, dude. That's nice work done. Well done. That's nice work, dude. Well done. Good job, man. Feel proud. You accomplished something. You got it done. So now I have to walk back here. Oh, look, it does have a cabin. Nice. Perfect. Not an awesome cabin, but a cabin is a cabin, right? This will be control 1. Ah. Dude, you did you. Congrats, man. I won't tell anybody anything except that you did a good job. There we go. We're just getting some views set up here, folks. It's going to be kind of a quiet ride, that's for sure. Not a lot to look at. There we go. Perfect. All right, we go back to the front, over wing, back of the wing, and now we go to the cap seat. Yeah, no worries. That is perfectly fine. That's interesting. There we go. All right, perfect. Reset. Now we're good. All right, Taco Tyler, we're on our way up to Funafuti. It's supposed to be a great beach party right on the runway here. Climbing through 11K, we're already there. We got that. And we can get you there. Set you down 1, you to neutral or off. We are on our way to 380. Folks, thanks for flying along with me. Fiji right there behind us. I believe this is all part of the Australia update. So Australia, Asia Pacific region is what they did, I think. So there we have it. We will have to do a flight out of Brisbane so we can fly over the Great Barrier Reef. That's supposed to look pretty good. Got some other things we get to do, but yeah, right now we're on our way up to 380. Runway 3, let's see, we've got a 320 nautical mile leg. So pretty much a straight shot across, nothing to hit. Captain Jack, how are you? How's Nashville? Absolutely. How you doing out there? How's things in Nashville? I will take a look. Nothing yet, Jack, but yeah, we should be able to get some flying in. It's really nice weather here. I guess I have some honeydews I get to do maybe this weekend. If not this weekend, next weekend at the latest. So, oh, that's what I have to look at as well. All right. Jack, I tell you what, that's couldn't think of a better way to tune in a TV in a hotel room. Got yourself a heck of a hat there too, bro. Nice. Glad you got settled in. Yeah, I got it. Perfect. And is the weather doing you all right while you're out there? Captain Jack, got Tyler Rocks in your house, got Taco King. Nice. Excellent. Oh yeah, we have a giant flight over water for the most part. Looking pretty legit right there. Eh. There we go. Nice. Which final do you have tomorrow? Tyler, you're all done with all your finals if you're going back tomorrow, huh, Tyler? Let's go to the cap seat. Okay, there we go. Nice. Yeah, they're not happy. I keep pulling on the door. Okay. There we go. We're just sitting in the back of the plane, chilling. Tyler sent you a DM, so yeah, check that one out. Yep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, let's hop back in the front of the airplane. There we go. We're still on our way up to 380. We're about 10,000 feet away. We're going to increase our range here a little bit. Our top climb's coming up in about 60 miles. Let's see. Pretty much of our land masses are gone now. That's what we need to do. I need to go in and see if we got an ETOPS chart. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any ETOPS issues. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be an ongoing conversation probably for the next couple of weeks. I don't know if you saw the press release this morning, Tyler, but Phil Washington, the CEO of the airport, got out there and talked, and they had the excuse me, results of the investigation. So nah, not going that fast. They didn't see him until the very last second. There's no way to stop that. Not too bad. Still climbing. Got about 3,000 feet to go. I don't have official numbers. At least 100 knots, maybe 120 knots. It was pretty. It was coming up on the midpoint of the runway. Usually they're ready to rotate right around there. So. Thousand feet to go. We'll hear the tone here in a moment. Top descent way out there, almost 320 miles away. Let's take a look at our route. 220, we're going to make that 2,500 feet right there. And that's going to be a solid 2,500. There we go, drop that in there. And runway 03, we're going to drop that into our fixed page to give ourselves a 5 and a 10-mile ring. There we go, distance to go, about 410 miles. And let's go back to our legs page, we're doing the good there. That's solid, and then we're gonna go ahead and we should be okay there. 154, that's the aircraft's computed speed at that time. Perfect. Fuel out of the middle, we're okay. Back down here, let's take a look at our progress. And we should be on the ground in Funafuti 0354 Zulu. Current time is 0250, so we've got about an hour and 4 minutes before we're on the ground. Doing pretty good. Willie, what's going on, pal? Thanks for being here. It is. It's a rare Tuesday stream. Thanks for dropping by, man. What are you up to on this Tuesday evening, Willie? We're flying a terrific Fiji 737-800. Excellent. Straight up 300 or 320 or something like that. Just straight up 300. The A300 is a good plane. Solid. Were you flying freight? It's that time of year for some bumpy arrivals in and out of Vegas, or bumpy arrivals into Vegas. But yeah, nice. Good flying. Glad to hear it. Nice. We see a bunch of A300s for FedEx. I'm trying to figure out if I remember seeing any UPS A300s. I don't recall seeing any, but they've got to. I'll have to remember to look. Yeah, I know they have a bunch, but I don't remember that I see any UPS A300s at Den. I probably do. I just don't recognize. I just don't. They just don't click that that's an A300. Because we see a lot of 75s out here. Got you, Tyler. They can be. Yeah, I had some stuff I had to take care of, Jack. I'll text you up. Yeah, just got the evening and got things settled, and here we are. Yeah, Tyler, I did. I hit you up on the DMs. You're good. So. Nice. So in the chat, who's ever been surfing? Gonna go down to Fiji and do some surfing. Well, Jack's staying up late. What is it, almost 11 o'clock there, pal? But if you're curious, we should be on the ground in about 45 minutes. Right? 0324. Oh. 0354. Yeah. 55 minutes. Not going to be a lot to this descent and arrival. It's going to be a pretty straight shot in, then quick left, quick right, join the final, and we're good. Ah. Surfing's a little different. Surfing's different. It doesn't hurt as much when you fall sometimes. Most of the time you're just falling in the water. You ever wakeboard? Did you ever get to like Ogallala? Alright, at 160 miles from our top of descent, I'm going to take a quick pause, run into the other room, and grab a drink, and then I'll be right back. So, yeah, we'll just do that now. So give me just a minute, folks. I'm going to go grab a beverage. I'll BRB. Absolutely, pal. Lake McConaughey is a lot of fun. You should definitely do it. Heading back into the sim, got my beverage. We'll be in front of the sim here in just a moment. All right, settled back up. Got my first officer settled down. She's had a pretty busy day. She's only at 30,000 steps, so she's been pretty busy. I've been doing my best to keep her busy. But yeah, there you have it. We are coming up on about, what is that, 130 miles? 112 miles away from our top of descent, so reasonably quick flight today. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Taco, best of luck on your finals tomorrow. Willie, are you out there? You kick back on the bed there, you watch some flying, and you go to bed, fall asleep when you're ready, pal. Easy enough. Easy enough. Gotta change them up, though. But yeah, we can do that. And kind of interesting, Jack. Have you watched any of that charity aviation? That flight sim guy's flying all the time. Giorgio. Great. Let me go over here and check it out. If we go here, we can actually go here. But the charity aviation, the guy that flew with us into Santos Dumont, he's a pretty good guy. Go over there and definitely give him a like and a subscribe, that's for sure. Let's see, that's some funny stuff right there. No, it's the guy that gave us the help when we flew into Santos Dumont. Okay. Where is he? He is. Let's see. Giorgio Schneider. He's a pretty good guy. He's flying a lot. I mean, it makes me want to fly down around Brazil, South America. He's got some good streams. I mean, the scenery looks spectacular. He does a pretty good job, so. Here, I'll send it to, do you have your Discord on your phone or anything? Because I can drop that in Discord for you. Dropped it in your Discord. there you go. So, and then Thursday, for Thursday night flight, I know you're going to be busy, but we will be flying DLH to RSW. Push back to 0015. Let's see, what's it say here? So we are 514 DLH to RSW. So we'll be going from Duluth to Fort Myers. Duluth, Minnesota to Fort Myers. Let's see, that's just a group flight. Oh, we got a poker run. We haven't had a lot of people for our poker runs, so. Nothing to worry about, pal. Appreciate you watching when you get the chance. You just try and find some relax time. Just over 3 hours on that one, so. Alright, we are coming up just about 60 miles from our top of descent, so we're going to go ahead and get our performance check done. So our landing dispatch, we're going to be landing on runway 03. Import, and there we have it. 29.68, looking at about 137 for our VREF. We're going to add 5, so let's import the aircraft details, get our crew weight for right now. Let's see, what do we got? We have 5,249. Let's go flaps 40 then. Oh boy. Auto brake max. Let's see if we can do a flaps 30. We'll do a flaps 30 max auto brake, and we do, I hope we have our thrust reverser bound, so we're doing pretty good. So 146 at flaps 30 max brake. So there we go. All right, let's get that programmed in here. So we're gonna do flaps 30 and 146. That's going to go right there. We're doing okay there. 5,000 feet of runway. Now let's go look at our arrivals. So we're going to be coming in. Let's look at our charts. Arrival. It's going to freak out. Oh, nice. So go to our approach. We're doing the RNAV runway 03. So we're coming in from Seamit. We'll make that quick right turn there. So left turn, right turn, and doing pretty good. It is quite literally out in the middle of nowhere. It is an island, so there we go. So 2,500. Then we start our downward at 5 miles. We will be at 1,650 feet, 400 feet for our radio altimeter. We can do that since we will be over water. I don't know if it'll go all the way up to 4. There we go. All right, so let's we can zoom in here. 308 decision height, and let's make this a little bigger. All right, minimum descent altitude height is 400 feet. Since we are over water, we should be at 400 feet. Radio altimeter, 394 feet above the runway, showing you that the runway is at 6 foot. So let's go up here, and if we were to go look at the airport, oh, there we go. All right, charts, the airport. There we go. Ah, look at that. Airport elevation, 6 feet. Pretty much nothing but the runway on this island. They've got a bunch of little little homes right here. They have a little party. So, I mean, once they clear the runway, we'll land, and then we're just gonna park up, throw down the air stairs, have some cocktails on the beach, enjoy some Southern Pacific hospitality. So let's see. There you go. Animals, pedestrians may be present on a runway in moving areas due to inadequate fencing. Ugh. Northwest of runway 21 can accommodate one runway. Northwest, so it's right there. So we'll land, pull in there. It's one airplane only, so one in, one out. And with that, I love Fiji water. We'll go down to 1,000 feet. We should be good. There it is. So top descent coming up. We do have our minimum set. We have our ref speed set, and we can go max auto brake. Up and out. There we go. And there we go. We are, let's see how close we are. 12 miles? Just under 20 miles out. So let the flight attendants know we'll be starting down here in a moment. Should have let them mill about the aircraft for a minute. There we go. We are going into from Duluth to Fort Myers. Well, that's not supposed to happen. What's going on there? We want LNAV. Sorry, back on. I accidentally hit the wrong button. I want to do. Ooh, look at those reflections of the clouds in the nacelles. That was my bad, folks. My bad. And we are on the way down. I got a buddy down at Fort Lauderdale. Don't know that he's ever said that he knows they're there. I don't know that they have a gator problem there, but yeah, always fun. Nice thing about flying out here, we're not going to run into anything. So your descent path can be pretty flat, not too down, up, or down, level, down, level, down, level. I want to say it was just over an hour's worth of flying, Jack. I can tell you that I have been streaming for 1 hour and 26 minutes. I was thinking about getting the Learjet set up in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I am really looking forward. Hopefully it's as good as they say, but the Phenom 300, I flew the crap out of that in X-Plane. Jack, I have. I've seen a lot of controllers. I have seen controllers down here, oceanic control, or I think we actually fall in Honolulu. Let me see. Let's pull up the big charts. But I mean, there's always a lot. This might be Auckland radio. So let me see. Active air traffic control. Maybe it's not showing there, so we could go to VAT radar. Yeah, I think this might be. We're right on the southern edge of Honolulu radio. And then this may be New Zealand. But crap, just now looking over there, absolutely. But looking at, you got almost all of Australia lit up. You just don't have the East Coast going right now. So most of Australia's lit up. Dude, I love flying that thing in an X-plane. Was that the Aerobasque Phenom 300? Legendary airplane. The longitude is pretty legit too. I would love for there to be like a good quality. If the Falcon 8X ever came out from Aerobasque for the X-plane, I'd be on X-plane like that. It'd be sad how fast I left Microsoft just to fly that thing. But that's looking less and less likely to ever happen. Do you fly any of the corporate stuff, Willie? We're doing pretty good. Back of the plane, Jack. Catch a nap. Make sure the drink cart doesn't hit you on the melon or the back of the elbow. I mean, there is a law. Absolutely. Here we go. We'll go jump seat now. Oh, we haven't done any of that. Let's see. Let's get the cookies out. Oh, cookies fell everywhere. What in the hell? Let's see. Get the jump seat out for Jack. There you go. Sat in the jump seat. there was a good Gulf Stream, dude, I would be all over it. That will always be one of my more appreciated aircraft. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know how many 5 second uh, multipliers that thing's been sitting in there. Yeah, because last one is for your autopilot. Right. I just did a flight last, well, did I do it Saturday? I know I did one on Thursday night. I flew the trip 7 from, oh, that's what I was doing. Trip 7 from Denver to Paris. Gotta see if we've got another European. It's not a horrible one. Yeah, this weekend we get to fly from Paris, or actually Le Mans. We should be able to fly from Le Mans out to Catalonia. Let's see. I should have that airport. Which is Barcelona. Barcelona. So yeah, we'll be able to fly from Le Mans into Barcelona. We are in Europe for a little while, so we should have some short hauls. If we look at the schedule, if I remember right. So yeah, we stay Europe, 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 Europe. And we don't go long haul until we go Denver to Japan on October, the first week of October. I may have to skip the Malaysia Grand Prix because that happens when World Flight is, and possibly the Qatar Grand Prix because that is at the end of World Flight. So, but then back to Portugal and then Valencia. And then that'll be the MotoGP year for 2026. Looks like we'll be flying a lot of Qatari 72 right now. 1 point after this last weekend. Yeah, well, they're in Europe now, so imagine that. But MotoGP is so amazing. If you ever get a chance, go to the MotoGP in Austin. It's usually one of the last weekends in April, but it is quite the thing. All right, coming down through 14,000 feet. Be on the ground in 14 minutes or less, folks. Doing the RNAV. Runway 3. We can look at that if you'd like. So we'll bring this one up. And there we go. Transition altitude 11,000 feet. We are there. Look at that. 10,000. We're going to go ahead and get our lights on. You're good. Let's let everybody. So. And radio is at 118.1. So in the event of a missed approach, we're just going to fly straight ahead. Oh, look, there you go. Fly straight ahead to 2,500 feet. That'll be our minimum approach, or that will be our that's not bad. Pretty straight in. We're going to be joining at Summit at 220 knots. We can go ahead and look at our legs page. So there we go. 220 or less, 2,500 or above. So we're good there. Then 2,500 by Tuvalu. Then we'll make the right turn, FU 373, and 2 nautical miles, runway 03. That is our, should be at 700 feet. Minimum descent altitude is 400. We'll maintain 400 until we see the runway, or if we go missed, we'll go missed. Then once we cross the runway threshold, we'll climb to 2,500, and then we'll go direct to a potty. So looks like the winds are going to cooperate with us. Let's take a look at our winds. Winds currently are 090 at 4 knots, so we're doing good coming into runway 3. And visibility is good, ceilings, temperature, everything's looking nice coming into Funafuti. Funafuti. There we go. Alright, so we'll get that one turned away. Get our range dialed back down so we're at 20. See anything out there? We're headed straight for the island, but it is quite literally just a little strip of land out. Oh, there is, maybe right there. Still about 30 miles out. See that? Do I have the charts up? I do not have the charts up anymore. Live traffic. I see nobody here. Go. Yeah, right there. Not sure. Part of the island chain over there. Slowing down. We're still in 240. We'll get slowed down once we get closer to the summit. Saying that, let's get our speed brakes armed. We're starting to see some stuff up there, folks. Would be 1 o'clock. All right, we have started our approach, so we're going to go ahead and get flaps 5 set. Funafuti traffic, Fiji 31, joining the RNAV runway 03, Funafuti. Flaps coming out 15, gear down. All right, there's a boat. There's a runway.
2500.
Oh, that's a very small runway. We did a flaps 30, right? Cannot wind from the right. Funafuti traffic, Fiji 31, 10 miles out, RNAV, runway 03. Aviation Geek, thanks for showing up, man. Thanks for smashing that thumbs up button. I appreciate you. Just getting ready to touch down in the South Pacific. Nice. Let's see what happens if we go like that. There we go. We are fully established, looking pretty good. That is one. That runway is right down the middle of this freaking island. That's awesome. Flap set. Lights are good. We've been cleared to land, ladies and gentlemen. Little chop. 9 knots from the right there. My controls.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. Nice little coastal breeze.
300. 200. 100. 50, 30, 20, 10.
Let's see what we got on that, fellas. I got a 67 on that one, and it was, oh yeah. No, we're not going to talk about that one. 300. Great little runway, though. I love this. That was a pretty legit little arrival there. This is kind of a cool little out-of-the-way place. I might actually visit here in the future. I have to see about setting up my... Yeah, that was good, right? Well, guess what? Since there is nobody here, how about we try this? No, but oh. Really, Nelly, that's a good score. That's a good landing right there. Wow. Hunting center line there, that's for sure. This would be fun in real life. Need to do. Let me see. If I do that. So it's something wonky happened because now let's do that. Let's go up here. We're gonna go with a what do we want? We are on the throttle base. We want power. Thanks, Willie. I appreciate that. So we want decrease throttle. We want to search by input. Decrease throttle. Okay. Alright, so that should be there. There. Now that's a weird one. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how far from the building am I? There we go. We're going to go ahead and get in, get this little feller turned around. And there we have it. Thanks for flying along with me, folks. We're going to try and get this aircraft parked up. Well, that's just going to do it for me, folks. Appreciate you guys joining along. Captain Jack, thanks for being here, man. Love your show, pal. Aviation Geek, thanks for being here. Willy Nilly, Tyler Rocks, Taco King, I appreciate you guys. Taco King, Willy Nilly, congrats on finishing your semesters of college. That's awesome. That's a great achievement. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Willy Nilly, I don't know where you're at in your schooling, but yeah. We'll catch up with you guys on the next stream. Thanks for being here, folks. We're on the ground in Funafuti, and yeah, this is a great little airport, great little spot in the world. And I think just going through my replay system, it got a little locked up. So we're gonna go ahead and end the stream right here. Thanks for flying along with me, folks. Have a great night.